Peace and blessings, everyone. In just 2 moments, we will be in day 3 of our daily challenge that we have done for the past couple of days. It's a challenge to unleash our spiritual power. It's a challenge to come into a greater sense of who and what we really are. It's a challenge to be on the curve of unfolding, to become a better version of ourselves on a regular basis. So as people are tuning in at this particular moment, we have Official, we have Crocker, we have Nikola, Francesca, Abby, the real McCoy, number 4. We have Karen Ward Ross, my goddaughter. We have a number of individuals that are tuning in. We're going to begin in just a moment as a reminder that when we talk about embracing our spiritual power, we do have spiritual power. And many people are walking in this human incarnation feeling that they're powerless, feeling they're not good enough, feeling they're unworthy, feeling that life is against them, feeling that circumstances and situations are determining their destiny. These are all superstitious, I call them superstitious thoughts, that when they invade the mind, they allow for us to experience the very thing we do not want to experience. So today, it's day 3, claiming your spiritual power challenge. Now, day 1, I talked about the identity crisis, that many people that are walking this planet are having an identity crisis. And some people are having an identity theft. That is, individuals are identifying themselves as simply or merely the offspring of their parents, where they were born geographically, what schools they went to, and that becomes their identity. Some people are under siege of an identity theft. And that is, they've been so bombarded, seduced, intimidated, and provoked by the news media, by circumstances, by situation, by religiosity, that their real identity has been stolen, and they're walking like a zombie in this world, full of fear and doubt and worry, rather than wonder and awe of the miraculousness of life and that everything is a miracle. So that first day, and you can go back to it, still on my IG Live page, first day was claiming our spiritual power by coming into our right identity. Yesterday, we talked about the mind, growing to be an avenue of awareness. I taught that we have a mind, we're not our mind, just as we're not our body, we're not our house, we're not our car. We may have a car, we may have an apartment or house, we have a body, we have a mind, but that's not who we are. And the mind can either be an asset, thus being an avenue of awareness of opportunities and possibilities and the beauty and the love that is everywhere, or it can be a liability if it's been programmed with negativity, superstition, fear, doubt, worry, and all manner of things that people have a tendency to say to themselves that aren't true. I'm unworthy. I come from a family that's never been successful, so it's in my DNA not to be successful. I come from a family that is disease-ridden, therefore I'm probably going to inherit a disease or something to this effect. That's the misuse of the mind that creates a belief, that creates a perception, that spins out thoughts, that then spins out experience. So I talked yesterday about allowing the mind to become an avenue of awareness, you see, and I did some exercises with you yesterday to assist you. Now keep in mind, tomorrow I am beginning my 5-week class on the activated life, in which I'm going to go deeper into these particular principles and protocols and practices for 5 weeks. And the idea is to have you understand what spiritual principle is, and to bring you into a level of practicing spiritual principle so that you're not merely a believer. You don't just believe in this stuff. You don't just have the books on your shelf, but you're actually becoming a practitioner of the truth. And when I say practitioner of the truth, I'm not merely speaking about becoming a licensed spiritual practitioner that assists people in their growth, development, and unfoldment. I'm talking about you becoming a practitioner in your own way. So that's going to begin tomorrow. The Activated Life, obviously, it's in the link in my bio. You can sign up for it. You can go to agapelive.com, go to and it's right there in the banner. You can sign up for the class, 5 weeks. And even if it's in a time zone that it's kind of difficult for you to get to, it's recorded. You can take it whenever you want, okay? So those first 2 days was identity in the mind. Today, it's about manifestation. Challenging you to be to learn how to manifest, you see. Now, there's a couple of levels of manifestation. You know, first of all, you're always manifesting. There's never a moment where you're not manifesting. Because you see, a thought form is a unit of mental energy. Energy is never created or destroyed. Energy transmutes itself, just as water, under the right condition, when it's heated, can become a gas. There's nothing lost. It's just it comes to another vibration. Or if it's frozen, if it's in the condition to freeze, water can become ice. But the energy is just transmuting from ice to water to gas, from gas to water to ice. Thought is the same thing. Thought just transmutes itself. It doesn't go away. So your thought can transmute itself into speech. It can transmute itself into behavior. It can transmute itself into perception. It can transmute itself into obtaining more thoughts that are in alignment with that perception. And then it can transmute itself into your human experience. It can transmute itself into health, or it can transmute itself into dis-ease or discomfort. There's a constant transmutation of thought. So you're always manifesting, you see? But are you consciously manifesting? You see? And so what I teach over the years is that you're made in the image and the very likeness of God. Now, of course, we're not speaking about anthropomorphism, that is God being made in a human image, you know, and sometimes people would say, God, he did this or he did that. And we're aware, and we've evolved to the point where we realize that the presence of God is a presence that is never an absence. It is an eternal presence of love, beauty, intelligence, and so many attributes and qualities that I don't have the time to even mention them all. But when I teach that we're made in the image and the very likeness of God, obviously does not mean that our form looks like God, because the Spirit of God is formless. You know, it says that God is love. You must worship God in spirit and in truth. So God is formless. So what does it mean to be the image and likeness of God? And what does this have to do with manifestation? What I teach is that the faculty that you share with God is the faculty that allows you to think independent of circumstances. So that right here in this moment, as you're listening to me, you may be growing through something in your life. There may be a level of illness, there may be some financial issue, there may be a relationship issue, there may be an issue at work. And right at this moment, you have extracted your attention away from that issue, and you're listening to me, and you're joining with thousands of people at this precise moment as we're considering a spiritual challenge to activate our spiritual power. So that faculty that allows you to think independent of a circumstance, that's what I call the image and likeness of God. Because the Spirit of God created everything out of nothing. You have heard about the Big Bang, the proverbial Big Bang, where spontaneously there was nothing, not even a grain of sand, nothing existed, and then there was a total explosion, and then the cosmos with a C, C-O-S-M-O-S, the cosmos came into expression with multidimensional universes, solar systems, galaxy, planets, living biology, which includes you. All of this burst onto the scene out of what? Out of no thing at all, out of an idea that was held in the heart mind of the infinite, another name of the Spirit of the living God. So the presence of God could think, there was no condition. So the presence could think beyond condition and bring something into manifestation. You are made in the image and likeness of God, and you share the same faculty, which means out of no thing at all, you can bring something new into your life. You can begin your life over right now. This is the problem that most people have, and we're going to go a little bit deeper in the class about this, is that they become condition bound. They think about their conditions. Oh, I don't have enough money. I don't like my apartment. My back hurts. There's something going on at work. They're lost in the sauce of the conditions. And they try to manifest by trying to change those conditions first before they elevate their awareness into the frequency and the vibration of what they want to experience. So knowing that you're the image and likeness of God, you learn how to take your attention away from the world temporarily, and you begin to articulate what it is that you would like to see in your life. You begin to allow the mind, as we talked about a little bit yesterday, to be an avenue of best case scenarios, as well as catching a vision of possibility for your life. Let's back up a little bit. You share a faculty with the presence of God. That faculty is that you can now think independent of circumstance. So regardless of what's going on in your life, you can begin right this moment to allow something new to be birthed the same way that God did, that birthed the multidimensional universes, the solar systems, the galaxies, the quarks, living biology, the trees, everything. Out of nothing, you can begin to speak, and you can begin to visualize, and you can begin to vision and see the possibilities that are all around you. This is the beginning stages of manifestation. What is another stage of manifestation? To begin to feel that the very thing you're seeking to manifest, you already have it. You see, this is what this t-shirt means. And so it is. On my Instagram, I have a whole little teaching that I did a few days ago on those 4 magic words, and so it is. You begin to feel. And if it's difficult to feel it, you imagine. Use your imagination as an angel of God. You imagine, what would it feel like if all of your needs were met? What would it feel like if you were healthy? What would it feel like if you felt a deep sense of love and appreciation? You can use your imagination. So you're using the imaginal realm, the feeling, the voice, declaration and decree, affirmation, and you're seeing it, you see. And so that you're setting something in motion. Now, a statement that I said years ago, I may have even said it in the movie The Secret. Life corresponds to the nature of your song. We live in a feeling universe. It's corresponding vibrationally to the nature of your song, the nature of the vibration that's chronically, perpetually emanating from you. So as you begin to sing a song of celebration, triumph, an energetic, dynamic, that all things are possible, life corresponds to that. And that feeling provides the healing for your life. That feeling allows you to be available for more manifestation. So those are 3 challenges. 1, your real identity. 2, turning your mind into an avenue of awareness of infinite possibility. 3, coming to an awareness that not only can you manifest, you're always manifesting, but you want to manifest consciously, and you want to be aware that it is your birthright, it is your spiritual heritage, it is a mandate from the infinitude of the presence for you to manifest. That while you're on this planet, you are to create a vibrational footprint of more love and beauty and generosity and joy and creativity, innovativeness. You are to be an individual. The word individual means undivided from the whole. You are to be an individual that is consciously manifesting the world you want to live in and carrying the vibration, the frequency of the world you want everyone to live in. Now, as you're listening to me right now, notice that your attention is not on the issues of your life temporarily. Your attention is on possibility and opportunities. Now, to be a great manifester on a daily basis, you have to keep bringing your attention back to the feeling, what it looks like, until you have a new norm in your feeling nature. Now, many people have normalized worry, particularly during this particular time in which we're bombarded with the crisis of a coronavirus. We're bombarded with, so much to be worried about, you see. And that's just one thing to be worried about, But there's a constant bombardment. And I know you are aware, as I've taught over the years, that worry is like paying interest on money that you haven't borrowed. Worry has no affirmative, positive effect in your life at all. It prevents you from having solution and answers. It blocks wisdom, guidance, spiritual direction, and it allows you to mentally and emotionally rehearse the very things you do not want to experience. Did you hear that? Worry is allowing you to mentally and emotionally rehearse the very things you do not want to experience. So, coming into being a manifestor, and there are 4 stages of spiritual growth, development, and unfoldment that I teach. The first one is being a victim. The second stage is manifestor. We're learning a little bit today how to excel at that stage, and there are 2 other stages that we cover in the class. So in coming into being a manifestor, you extract your attention from the world, from your issues. You come out of, you bracket your worry, your fear, your worst case scenarios that you project into the future, your doubt. You put that to the side for a moment, and you begin to feel, what does it feel like to have all of my needs met? Take a breath right here. Sustain it. Release. Now, when you took that breath, when you received that breath, you did not think, oh my God, if all of these people breathe at one time, there's not going to be enough air on the earth. You didn't think that, because there's more than enough air. As long as we have trees, we have air. Even though humanity is depleting the rainforest and polluting the environment and polluting the oceans, we still have enough trees, enough forest, enough plants, enough flowers, enough grass so that we have enough oxygen to breathe. So you didn't think, oh my God, we're not going to have enough. Now that feeling of my need is met, if you stop several times through the course of your day, all of my needs are met. All my needs are met. You will break the worry habit, and you'll come into a mental and emotional habit of feeling that your needs are met. Then what's going to happen? That thought, that perception will transmute itself into your speech. You'll act differently, your behavior. You'll have a different perception. You will obtain different thoughts. Those thoughts will reproduce and transmute themselves into your experience. Opportunities will open up. Possibilities you'll see that you didn't see before. There'll be an activation of creativity, innovativeness, and you'll walk on this planet as a triumphant being. And then you may say to yourself, oh my God, there are people on the planet that need to hear this. There are people on the planet that are suffering right now. There are people on the planet that are under the siege of a drought, war. They don't have time to do this. What about them? I say to you, because you can, you must. Because you can do it, you must do it for all sentient beings on the planet. Because you can lift your awareness, you must do it so that you can lift the vibration of the planet, so that the conditions that I've just named, the pollution, the war, the droughts, all the things that have happened on the planet, whether it's in Haiti or with Louisiana or the rainforest, we can begin as humanity to rise to the level of solution by holding the frequency and the vibration of the world we want to live in. So don't make an excuse, well, everybody can't do this, so I can't. No. Because you can, you must. You must do it for all of us. Just you sitting in your room, doing your work. I call it work play, by the way. Gives an assist to everyone. Why? Though we may be individual, undivided from the whole, we're all connected. And if we're lifted up, we draw all into the higher frequency. Here's a law. The highest frequency, it always wins. The truth is not neutral. It drives people away or draws people to you. D&D, it drives or draws. Lift because you can, and you'll draw what you need. It'll become visible to you, and you'll repel that which is not to be in your orbit of experience right now. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know. Just say, I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up. What you're putting down. And so, those are the 3 days of our spiritual challenge. First day, identity. Second day, making your mind an avenue of awareness rather than a placeholder of negativity and superstition. 3, manifestation. You are called to manifest. You're manifesting all the time, but now you want to consciously manifest, not just default, not just manifest by default based on patterns that you learned from society, religiosity, parental fantasies. No, you want to consciously manifest, and you want to do a little bit of something every single day. Now, if you want to go deeper into this awareness, sign up for my class. It starts tomorrow night. Go to my link in my bio right now and get all the information about it. Go to agapelive.com if you want to go to the website and sign up there. And I would say, you know what? If you want a moment of community inspiration, go to my YouTube channel and you can watch yesterday's service at Agape as well. So we just close our eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Release. Again, inhale. Release with the sound of ah, Again, inhale. Sustain the breath at the apex. Some would call it holding the breath. We just say sustaining it. Feel as you're sustaining your breath right now that all of your needs are met, that you are safe and secure, and that everything is working together for your good. There's no law against feeling it. You're activating the law of manifestation. Release. And so we give great thanks to the great God of the universe pouring forth through us right now. Remember, not a man in the sky, but a presence that is never an absence, moving through and as us individually and collectively, allowing for this day to be one of the best days of our life. Let's claim that. Let's proclaim it. Let's announce it. Let's declare it. Let's decree it. Let's affirm it. Let's know it alive from the very depth of our being. Peace and richest blessings. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow in my class, The Activated Life. God is blessing you. Be gracious enough to receive it.